Hi guys. Good evening everyone. How's your how are your trades today? I hope you had a profitable day today. And yeah, let's go ahead and deep dive into each stock and let's find out if we have more promising uh, positions tomorrow and in the coming days. I already invited our friends there in our Instagrams page, and let's just give them a few minutes so we could get started. By the way, if you have not watched the latest video I created yesterday, yes, I'm Ilonga, true-blooded Ilonga from Negros. So, if you have not watched the video I created yesterday, I hope you could also check that out. There was a question posted to me in Instagrams. I forgot. I think it was Arnell. Let me just take a look. Who sent me that question? Adrian, I think. Okay, there you go. It was Adrian who posted that question, and I got really inspired because that was my question when I was starting. So I think it was really worth it, and I hope you could also learn from it. I just talked about when can a stock become overpriced or undervalued, and yeah, I hope you can check that out. Anyway, wow. The viewers are growing. Let's see. You along with say good evening, ma'am. Stay safe po. Jane Giloy. Nice. Okay. All right. So I hope we could invite more of our friends to start engaging or start investing in the stock market, especially in this period, because yeah, it's so rare to have this opportunity where price is brought back down at a very low level. And yeah, let's just hope that whatever pandemic or whatever crisis we are facing, we will get out or get over this situation soon so that we can reap the fruits of our labor. Been following your videos a lot, but this is the first time I catch you live. Anyways, great videos. It helped me profit. Oh, good job. Nice one. See that? We're learning together in this journey. Imagine that I'll be reaching my first year of doing this come June. And for those people who have been joining this, uh, thank you. And I hope you've learned something as well. This is one of the great remarks that I love to read and yeah, read from you guys, seeing you profitable in your trades. Hi, Miss JD. Good evening. May I kindly request for the review of EEI and MAC? Very good. I'll put that on our priority list. By the way, guys, don't forget. I know you have stocks that you'd like us to review. Please go ahead and drop a comment, and we'll prioritize that. So the first one is EEI and MAC. Next would be STI and Dito from Dong J. I am 12, and what is this? Hello? SSP, by the way, from Z. That should be the first one. ZLLLLNNN. It's so hard to pronounce your username. I don't know how to pronounce it. Is that I'll just call you Z. Like, it's so hard to say your name. Okay, but I'll definitely discuss your request first because you're the first one here. Hello, Miss JD. Good evening, EI, please. Okay, got it. Dito and Tech from Bob Marley. Yes, adding that now. Your C from Carlos. And SMC. Don. Also AC, MBT, gtcap, smph, BDO, secb, Ali, BPI. Okay. All right. Very good. Okay. I think we have a a good amount of stocks to start with. MPI and APA. Okay, there, let's start. Let's start with PSEI. You know what I'm thinking? I might even have to start adding MA50 and MA100 in our chart here, because okay, let me just adjust this, because I see the beauty of adding it. So far, it has respected the moving averages in the past few days. Let me just put this on white so I know. Hold on. Because I need to add MA50. Where did that go? Can't seem to find. I need to edit the why can't I find the indicators? Indicator last value. No. Oh no, where did that go? Indicator name label. Anyway, let me just do this again. Let's have a white background just for today, because I just want to use moving averages. I want to add that in our discussion. Okay, I hope you're okay with this color theme. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so we're using white for today. Okay, so let's talk about our index first. Our index shows that we are um, about to go back to our uh, support level here. So I'd still plot that in the same area. This is our there. So I think it might revisit that line, or this area. I mean, let's use this as our support level, 5616. So that should be the first area that it should challenge. I hope we break that and continue to move up. Otherwise, we might even have to go back here at the MA20 line. Okay, so these are the key areas to monitor. Now, that's the short-term support areas that we have, but we're still not safe overall. So the farthest we can dip at the moment is, of course, it might just go back to this level, creating a double bottom in that situation. I'll put RSI. I need my RSI. I'm not so used to the white. What if I make this? Okay, so let me check detail. Okay, Jonathan, I'll add your request as well, and Joseph, definitely. Hi, Miss JD. May I know what indicators are you using to say a stock is on an uptrend or bullish? I'm currently using RSI and by volume. Maybe you can recommend other indicators that we can also use. Guys, just to give you an overview, all the indicators are good indicators. It's just a matter of you picking the kind of indicator that you can work with and you're more comfortable in using. At the moment, I'm just using, you'll see this in most of my videos, I'm just using a Bollinger Band and a Bollinger Band. So in my Bollinger Band, I don't make any adjustments. I just use the default, wherein the center line here, which is the yellow in our current setup, that's your MA20 line. I just added this. This is the first episode that I am adding MA50 and MA100 in my setup. Okay. Then of course RSI. So that is just me, and that's how I'm setting up my indicators. I know some people, they're just using moving averages, different combination of moving averages. So just observe if this setup will work for you, or your setup is already enough. You can play it by ear and probably check it out yourself as well. Volume plays an important role. I always combine that plus the kind of candlestick that we have here. So those are critical items or elements that we have to consider in our analysis. Okay, so as you can see here, going back to the PSEI, there is a big chance that this will go back to the support levels that we have plotted. The nearest would be 5616. If it breaks that, then the next area to drop would be MA20. That's a possible support level. If that gets broken, it might revisit this one. So far, we are still at the healthy level for our RSI, and this is MA50, I believe. Hold on, why can't I see the I can't seem to find the indicator here. Maybe you can help me. I can't find it. It should just be here. I hate it when I can't find things. Okay, anyway, so one is MA50 and one is MA100. So this is the first time I'm adding it. Okay. Yes, very good. Jonathan mentioned support. Thanks, Miss JD. The power of support and resistance. Yes. Very basic, right? But super powerful. I would always, that's the first thing I would plot. Okay, so going back to your request, let's hop into SSP. Yeah, SSP. Okay, SSP, this is a sign of weakness that we see right here. Okay, this is the next possible line that it will challenge. Okay, you know what? I'd like to go back to my chart. I'm not very nice attempt, Miss JD, but I'm not so comfortable seeing so many lines. I'll just go back to my own. Anyway, when I plot my support and resistance, normally it's in the right area. Okay, so let's go back to SSP. Okay, there you have it. See, it's neat and simple. Alright, so this is a sign of weakness. So see this, it's outside of the Bollinger Band, and it was a weakness last Friday, and it was confirmed today. So I am expecting that it will dip further and might challenge your this area next. Okay, this is the next area it will challenge. Do you see this? Some consolidation right here that became a support, but there was a breakdown in price. That's why we dipped. Also, previously, this was a support area and then resistance and support. So there are so many significant areas that would really give us a clear story that your previous resistance became a support, and now that we've crossed that level and we're going back, it might challenge that and create a support at that level again. Now, so that's the nearest area of support that we have plotted. In case it breaks down, what you can do here is plot your Fibonacci. Your Fibonacci looks like this. So in the nearest area where you have the lowest point right here, I would only plot body to body, and the lowest point, I only include the body, not the wick. So I have to do the same up here. Okay, so we are correct when we plotted it. It's very near the area. So this would be the first area to check, see if it will bounce at that level. But if it gets broken, so these are the key areas to monitor. It actually suggests up to 0.618. However, because I see that MA20 line is slightly higher than that, so to be conservative, this is the area that I see as a possible area of bounce. 1, 2, 3 areas. Anything lower than that, I would say downtrend might continue to persist if we break this level. But definitely, if you're just hang in there, join me every day. That way we can monitor this on a daily basis. Just request that. Okay. The next one would be EEI. I think many of us here requested for this stock. What happened to this stock? Okay. All right. So this stock really looks attractive. You know why? We are now, for the past 4 days, we're moving just within this range. Okay, see that? We're just moving within this range. We're creating a support in this level, and right today, you notice a significant increase in the volume. You see that? Also, you're now starting to climb in the RSI, so momentum is starting to pick up here. Also, notice you have a very constricted Bollinger Band. And I mentioned this previously. We follow the same concept. When a constricted Bollinger Band happens and it starts to trigger either to the upside or downside, then next action would be a significant increase or decrease in the price. So we're just hoping to trigger the upper Bollinger Band here. And I think many big players have already started getting in here. What's this? Okay. 5.46 is the support level that we are looking at. Oh, another good one here. See that? Good job in spotting this stock. Okay. This one had a significant increase but did not sustain, but that's already a good, let me see. That was a good 15% increase in the price. So between this and this, we have a more promising setup, a much better risk to reward ratio. Your risk is only up to this level, the previous bottom of this stock. In case it breaks, there's a price breakdown, it will first go back to the 4.15 level and probably challenge that. You might have a sideways first and before it goes up, because at this point when we reached this level, we were already at the oversold. So if it revisits that, that's going to be a triple bottom, and your RSI is much higher than the previous two bottoms there. So I'd have to say you're still at a very healthy level. If you are a big believer on the fundamentals of MAC, this is a very good setup right now. STI. Remove the ticker. I don't know how. There. See that? Is it better? Okay. That should look better now. Okay. Um, STI, we're currently sitting at the support area. This is the support that we have. And just observe, if you're interested in this talk, I suggest let's wait for a green candlestick to come out. Today was red. It attempted to go up when it did a gap up. That it did a gap up today at the start of the day, but it did not sustain. People took profit right away. Anyway, good thing it did not go lower than this area that we have plotted, so it just simply confirmed the area of support that we have there. So if you want it to be super sure, wait for a green candlestick to come up. Okay, this is also a good setup because it's very constricted, and those stocks that show constricted Bollinger Band, start putting them in your watch list and be very observant, because it doesn't mean that it will go up. Sometimes there's a price breakdown. See this constricted Bollinger Band, but there was a price breakdown that happened. Price breakdown. So be extra careful. It might, one thing we don't want to happen is it might repeat this, but I don't think it will, because previously the RSI that we had right there, we were still within the main areas that we have plotted here. But compared to these two, our levels here were at the oversold. So I think we have reached the bottom for STI. Dito, another promising stock. All right, 9 million net foreign buying happened today. Look at that. So I think investors are already, and this is a reversed head and shoulder that we have spotted here. I think one of you guys spotted that previously. I'm not very good at drawing, but I see a reverse head and shoulder in this case. Okay, so maybe I don't know. Just plot your entry if the market gives you a chance right at this level 1.80. That is even better. If you want to trade this, I think this is already a position best played by our traders or momentum players. And mind you guys, these folks are very quick and they're very fast in executing their positions. So you need to be online and use a faster time frame if you want to join them. This is already a FOMO level. Okay, now where could it potentially reach? The next possible resistance that we see right here would be this level, because this used to be a support area. Now, because we're starting to move up, that could be the next area of resistance, right? But your call. Would you like to still join this, or would you like to wait for it to drop at least before you enter? Okay, let's just hope if it retraces, it just tests the 1.80 area. But overall, just be extra careful. We're already outside of the RSI overbought levels. Okay, but overall, I think promising. She's analyzing Dito right now at Kim Camacho. Hello. Sorry, there's a lot of messages up there. I can go back to that. Next is tech. Oh, yesterday in my video about intrinsic value, I used tech and euro as my example. And then the next day, euro did a very significant increase. Okay, now both actually show a very good intrinsic value, talking about that. Let me just duplicate this. So let me just go back here first, okay? In terms of its technicals, this is the nearest resistance that I see at the moment, okay? The reason why I said that, I see this level, okay? Near, there's a consolidation, some rejection happening in this area. This used to also be a resistance level, okay? So maybe it will challenge that, and we're also starting to move outside of the upper RSI area, okay? Let's see how this translates here. Now, here's the thing. For instance, let's say it reaches this level, the next possible area of resistance, because of this, right? Now, if it touches that level, let's say it touches this area, and your RSI still looks like this, okay? That means your momentum is much weaker than the previous high, okay? So be extra careful, because that would also trigger a possible decline or a possible change in direction, which is just not natural. Not all the time we move up. It might retrace and rest. Okay. In the meantime, I still see that we still have some room for movements to the upside, but not ideal to enter at the moment, because this is already a profit taking area. These two are profit taking area. Wait for it to retrace if you want to enter. Okay. All right. URC has given us again a chance. Okay, so I'd like to address the investors in this group. If you want to enter and you have not entered yet in URC, this is a good opportunity. I think we can wait for it like in this level over here, which is very near your MA20 line. Okay, the reason why I said that this is a great opportunity, because this company is also part of the index, very established company, of course. At the same time, look at the dividend here. There is a scheduled dividend release at the same time, so it's a good opportunity to also get in and take advantage of extra revenue out of the dividend. Okay. Also, in just a few months back, they also released another dividend here, right? So promising stock. I actually listed it in my watch list. Okay, so SMC is also somehow resting, following the pattern of the previous stock. It might go back to this level. This used to be a resistance, and we started breaking that, and it's just confirming the resistance, which is a very common pattern. I have a feeling it will just confirm this area and then move up again. Okay, overall, so you have a very promising setup. And this is San Miguel, guys. You know what? I'll watch this too, and I'll wait for payday, and I'll add more shares. I only let me just SMC. Okay, I'll do that offline. All right, let me read your messages. Looks like we have a lot tonight. Okay, Jonathan, all right, thanks, Miss JD. The power of support and resistance. Hi, ma'am. AXLM, Joseph, AXLM, allhc, and APC. Thanks a lot for discussing SSP from Z. Hanging Man. Okay, please remove the ticker for a bigger. Yep. Palaboy Trader, my friend over here, who's also a very good trader, very profitable, always. Gandang gabi po. Any insights with regards to the news coming regarding total lockdown? Can it cause gap down in the market again? That's the thing. That's um, I was mentioning of a in case it dips, there's a big possibility that it will revisit the previous bottom that were able to hit. If it happens, the next area that I'm looking at, if it will dip, because I feel that it will really create an impact if you are to look at the SEI. That this is just my take, and you can correct me if if you think otherwise. Um, the total extreme, I don't know what the term was, but the extreme lockdown that they will implement will create a much bigger impact in in our economy, and chances are it will continue to bring the stocks lower, and it will just revisit our support. That's the first thing that I can see at the moment. If I don't know if worse things can happen after that, then let's touch base again. But it might, for me, it might just revisit this line. This for me is already the bottom. Okay. Dito po, Kim, I hope you were able to hear my discussion about Dito. Yep. The last one I was able to discuss was SMC. And AP SMC from Clyde. Done with SMC, I'll add AP. Okay, let's continue. The next one would be AC. AC, okay. This is already high for me. I feel this is already high, and let's see if it will continue to move up. But if for those people who are still interested, this one, I see this as a previous support, and actually this kind of candlestick, I think that's if this was your support previously, it might create a resistance in this area. And this candlestick for me is also a bearish candlestick, especially when we're sitting at the resistance level. I'm saying that we are currently sitting at the resistance level because this used to be a support, and we're revisiting that. Okay, so this is I always forget, shooting star candlestick pattern. Okay, for those people who need some guidance on how to read candlesticks. Okay, right? That's a shooting star, right? I always interchange. Bearish. There. This is a bearish hanging man pattern. Okay, going back. So there might be a chance for it to, chances are it will revisit your MA20 line for this one. That's the next possible support that we're looking at. However, it's this from here to here, it's a bit far. So if you want to see some possible areas where it could potentially bounce, you can do this. Okay, so this area would be the first, second, and the third area where it will potentially bounce. See that? First, second, third. But overall, the sentiment that I see here is that it might rest in the coming days. For those people, let's say tomorrow it continues to move up, make sure to just use a much faster time frame, because this is already for me a FOMO level. Next one would be MBT. MBT also attempting to revisit your MA20 line here. Okay, so this is the support that we see for MBT, 38.93. That's fine. Uh, it's the nature of the stock to move so slow, especially in times like this. So it might just revisit that, giving other people a chance to enter at a much cheaper price before it goes up again. GTCap. For GTCap, another, yeah, this is another bearish signal. And of course, if I am to link um, the patterns that we see at the moment, especially for the patterns involving or patterns of the stocks in the index, I think that's really, really close to what Palaboy Trader mentioned about the next possible movement in the extreme quarantine. So this is already starting to show or starting to manifest that most of the stocks will revisit and go back to the next support levels. Now, where could it fall next? So this one, we see it probably dropping in this area. Yeah, it might revisit this area first. If that gets broken, the next area would be here. Okay, so that these are the two levels that we need to monitor and watch out. Okay, so it might decline in the coming days. SMPH. SMPH, we're currently sitting at the resistance level, and it might also, same fate as the others, it might revisit our MA20 line, and just hang in there, just wait for the right entry price. Okay, however, what if tomorrow most of the action happens above the 32.04 or 32 level? Then we can say that we're about to have a breakout play. Okay, but between the two, my sentiment is more on the decline, wherein it will rest for a while. Yay, thank you, Tofi. New subscriber here. All right, I'll definitely check that out. Let me just go back to the others. Okay, so that was SMPH. Next would be BDO. BDO also moving sideways, and probably will just move within this range in the coming days. And just be extra careful, because if the other stocks in the index are about to move downwards, if most of the action happens down or below 102.5 tomorrow, then chances are it might, revisit this level, and worse is this level, either here or here. Okay, but that's an area. So just wait for the right timing, because I feel that there will be some more bearish movements in this stock. Wait for a green candlestick to come out somewhere in these lines that we've plotted. We see support levels in these areas. SecB. SecB, if you see the stock as a promising stock, I suggest this one. We are currently sitting at the support level, also very constricted right here. Wait for a green candlestick to come out. Let's say it starts 101 and then ends much higher than that. That could be your confirmation. We're currently sitting at the support. But if we start moving outside of the 101 and we start to trigger this lower Bollinger Band, that is not a good story. We might have some more movement or some more declines in the coming days. But in case a green candlestick comes out, check out your RSI here. We're actually starting to move in an upward trajectory. See that? Actually. Okay. So that's while we were still moving here sideways, and your RSI is starting to gain some power and momentum right there. Okay, Ali, this is the support that we have. also bearish, giving us some bearish signals there. And just be extra careful. If this gets broken, there's a big chance that it might revisit this line, so it's a bit deep. So if that's a big decline there. So I'm thinking if it gets broken, that's a 23.81 possible dip in price. So it's your call. Maybe you can wait for a green candlestick to come out here, or wait for it to decline some more at the 22.79 level before you enter. BPI. Same. BPI is currently just moving sideways here as well. I'd like to plot it at the MA20 line. Okay. Foreign selling. Okay. Don't enter yet. Wait for a green candlestick to come out, because if that line gets broken, it might go back in this level. Okay, so those are the key areas that I see as a possible area of bounce. Next is MPI. MPI showed some recovery today. Let's see how the candlestick ended. No, not a recovery after. There was a rejection that happened here. It was a resistance area. This is a resistance area that we see. Previously it stopped right there. This one as well, it stopped here, and slight overshoot, but that's still considered an area of resistance. So be extra careful. Now sometimes, again, I mentioned this previously, resistances can also be a double-edged sword. It could also be a good and not so good area. It becomes good if the next day we break that and most of the action happens to the upside. Then we can say, okay, we now have a breakout play. This previous resistance might potentially act as a support in the coming days. But if most of the action continues to decline in tomorrow's performance, then it will, chances are it will revisit your next support right here. No! That's fine. I think that will give us more opportunity to add more volume. I personally am invested here. My average is 2.63, which is really near, but I'm not exiting yet, as I see the big potential here. ABA is starting to manifest some movements to the upside. I think it has reached a bounce area right here. So we might see some more bounce or movements there, a bullish movement in the coming days for this stock. Just use 0.56 as an area of bounce. Look at that. It's confirming that area. Okay, used to be a support right here. There was also resistance right here. Okay, see that? 0.56. Okay, how's everyone so far? Ooh, oh my gosh, I'm so happy. We're now 34. I only used to have like 7, 8 in my live sessions. Let me see where we left off. So from Clyde APSMC, I added that. Kim, I think you were able to see it. Thanks, po. gtcap and green. I already covered gtcap. Let me add green for LXCS1. IRC and MPI. Let me add IRC. Done with MPI. From Israel. Thank you. More love and support from Clyde. Thank you. PJ, hi Miss MHC, please. All right, let's do that. There you go. Okay, so let's continue. My gosh, I think our I hope our internet is not interfering. It's just showing loading here. Let me see. ABA. Next would be AXLM. Okay. A good bounce for AXLM with a good volume as well. Nice one here. This, let's use this as our support, but your call if you want to enter anywhere between 2.47 to 2.64 if you have the opportunity. I think this is still um, a good area to enter. Okay, so you used to be a support right here, and just in case, but again, I cannot predict fully how the market will move. I don't know if the market will give us a chance at 2.47 or it will just continue to move up, but that is my conservative outlook, putting our support at 2.47. So your call if you want to get in right away or wait for it to for some people to take profit. uh, allhc. Okay, so another promising movement. Do you see the line? Do you see the MA20 line? It's somehow trying to point upwards, as well as the upper Bollinger Band here. So whenever I see that, that's a good sign, because next possible movements here is, of course, it will move. It will continue to move up. Um, this is where we see as a possible support right there. Okay, because this price level, when it got hit, there's some rejection, and that could potentially now become your support area. 1.65 for me is a good entry price. Overall, it's your very cheap level, and another another Ayala owned company. So I think that's a good that's another good position at the moment. Okay, next would be APC. APC. APC is, I'm not very familiar with this stock, but in case this stock might revisit. So this for me is a sign of weakness, and we also don't have volume. Um, if you are still interested in getting in, I suggest just wait for it around this level before you get in, because I feel that it might revisit that area before it goes up again. Okay, now if you've entered at this level and you're already here, I suggest consider locking in some profit, because as I mentioned, it might continue to dip, and it might take some time before it lifts the price, because knowing that we only have 17 trades that happened today, maybe only 8 people or 6 people might have entered here, or might have engaged in this stock for this particular day. Next would be AP. AP is okay. Let's see if it'll just stabilize within this range as a support area. Used to be, there was a stop right there. Let me see how it looks like on a weekly chart. Okay. Okay, let's see if it will just stabilize in this area where we plotted it, because for 2 weeks straight it was just hitting that level, and then there's a slight bounce. Now, there's also foreign buying, guys. So who knows? Maybe what you can do here is wait for a green candlestick to confirm this area of bounce we have right here. So so it might just create some sideways movement here first, but definitely this is already a good sign. Let me just AP. This was my topic in my video yesterday. When to know if the stock is undervalued or overvalued, and the area where we can locate that, I just said no need to complicate and understand the computation behind things. I just look at this area, 11.32, and we're currently trading above 11.32. That means this stock is considered an overvalued. And however, when you see that stock still moving above the price earnings ratio, that means um, people might see something in here that would potentially be profitable someday, probably growth in the company or future projects. That's why people are willing to pay this stock at a price higher than 11.32 because it's forward looking. The basis of price earnings ratio is historical performance. Whatever their revenue in the past, all their assets, those were taken into consideration, and that helped them arrive to this figure. Okay, see the difference? Price earnings ratio is based on historical performance. So, going back, let's check out green. Oh, another good story here. We might have some more movements to the upside for green. Wow. Remove. Let's remove this as well. Okay. We might have a brand new support now for this stock, and I think it's not that high yet. Okay, just in case people will take profit, because a 9% increase in a stock, for other traders who may have entered here might take profit, and that could be our chance. However, between the two, I feel that we still have some more opportunities to the upside, or we have more bullish sentiment for this stock. Reason being is, number one, we're not in the overbought level yet. We're still within our RSI. Number two, as we move up, the volume is also increasing. That means more people are still interested, or a lot of people are still interested in getting in this position because it is still at a profitable or a promising level. Okay, so that is my take. Green will most likely have more bullish actions in the coming days. IRC. IRC, same probably, but your next resistance is very near. This is where I see it. Could be here or here. Either way, it's still an area, but let's just be more conservative. Next possible resistance is at the 0.91 level, short term that is. And if in case it dips, and of course you just have to plot your Fibonacci to check the possible areas of bounce. Okay, and when it touches that level and it starts to bounce, maybe what you can do is wait for a green candlestick to come out and use that as your basis. Okay, let me show you an example. For instance, just in case, okay, we are right and it touches this level and creates some rejection right at that area. If it dips, it might go back to this level, this level, this level, or 0.618 level. So we're right. 0.618 is just right at the MA20 line. Okay, so I feel that, yeah, it might touch the 0.91 and might experience some struggles there. MHC. Alright, so let's see our window. After MHC, who's next? So that was for PJ, right? Okay, AP, I already checked that. IDC, what about IDC? Have I checked it? No, not yet. IDC. Okay, and that's for Herwin. shlph for Clyde. New subscriber, Bloom, Double Dragon. Thank you, Tofi, for subscribing. For those people who have not subscribed yet, I guarantee you guys, you will enjoy every night with me. learn something from Miss JD, and we learn from one another, not just me. Yeah, this is a daily rigor that we're doing because we all want to enhance our skill in trading. Emperador from PJ. Hi everyone. Thanks for the group study. That's from Johan. Yes, I'd like to position it that way because I'm telling you, there are a lot of people in the group right now, and I like that we're slowly growing. I know there are a lot of skilled people in this group, so feel free to share your thoughts and insights. I'm just your mere facilitator or moderator here. Okay, so this is a group study. Okay, and yeah, Johan, good job. I'd like to borrow your term there. AGI, MWC, ICT. Well, we talked about ICT. Let me see. Oh, not yet. Okay, good call there. Mwide from Fishbone. Okay, let's continue. Right. Left off with MHC. The next one is IDC. Okay, IDC now. Oh, good job. Volume, guys. The power of volume. Okay, so I feel that some people, just in case, all right, people will take profit because that's a 25% increase. Or two things. Tomorrow could be a gap up for this stock. Okay, there's a short-term resistance right here, but the volume is present. So I feel that there might be a gap up that will happen. Otherwise, just wait for your MA20 level. This the blue line over here is the MA20 level. So we don't even expect for it to go back to 1.65 because the volume is present. Okay, so at any time you can haggle at any price lower than 2.05. That should already be okay because I feel that more actions will happen to the upside. Let's just see how the bid and ask looks like. Millions, right? See that? I think the market closed with a lot of people willing to buy some shares for IDC. Compare it to the people who are willing to sell. That's just 5,000 shares, but here 2.1 million. So I feel that there's a big chance that we might face a gap up tomorrow for this stock. Okay, so just make sure if you want to play this as a trader in a trader's mindset, use a much faster time frame. Okay, but I think we might have another significant increase tomorrow. The next one is shlph. shlph is just consolidating. Yeah, it's within this range. MA20 line would be our best area to monitor. It's another stock that's about to explode, but we don't know to the upside or a breakdown in price because it's constricted. But check this out. I see a foreign buying. So maybe what we can do, wait for a green candlestick, or let's say tomorrow if most of the action starts to be bullish, you can already consider that. Double Dragon. This is your support, guys. Just let's just make sure that we see a green candlestick first because we might break down. We might experience a breakdown in price. We can't tell yet. Okay, so this is a bearish candlestick. So see if a green candlestick is formed. Selling, and we're already at the support level. Okay. Let me see. It's also starting to move up, but let's first check that out, because sometimes, it's good that we have a strong support right at this level, but if it takes too long for a stock to just sit at the support level, some people might just give up and exit the trade, breaking the price even lower. So let's see. Let's wait for especially because we have a constricted Bollinger Band. We don't know yet if it will break downwards or see a green candlestick come out. All right, next one. So good PM mwide piece. Yep, I am 12 home. Yes, let's check that. Jane said, "Thank you, ma'am." Kim, I hope you were able to hear IDC. I just checked IDC. Very promising setup. VLL from Jose. EEI. Well, I already checked EEI, but I can quickly run through that again. And mwide, I have not discussed that, but it's already on our list. Thanks always from PJ. Thanks Paul from Jose. Last Paul. Kim is requesting for fruit. Okay, let's do that. Now we are on to Emperador. Guys, I also need I'm thinking of some more topics to create a video on. I'm done with intrinsic value. If you can watch that, that would be great. I'm still thinking of some more content or ideas to create. Okay. What is happening to Emperador? No volume. So I consider this, gosh, I don't know, should I consider this as a resistance, or this, for me, this is the resistance. I think this is just sitting right at a resistance level. So I don't feel good because today there was a 55 million net foreign selling, and we might have some more drop here. And what's not good here is that the next stop that I see is right here, like this one. See that? That's the next possible area of bounce. So which is really far, I think. Let me see. Oh, not that far. But that's still 9% drop. See that? So what I can say is that if you have not entered in the stock yet and you're just showing interest, I feel that you can get this at a much cheaper price. We're sitting at a resistance. Okay, so again, like what I mentioned previously, if you're sitting at that area for a long time, people might might also trigger a breakout play as well. Or if you see another red candlestick that will come out in this area, it might revisit this line. So two things. If you're always at the support or the resistance area, two things can always happen there. It's a possible change in direction, or it's a possible momentum or breakdown play. Emperador AGI. AGI is just flatlining here. So this is your new support for AGI. 7.03. You're just within that range. And look at that, you're almost similar looking to the index. Looks like it. But anyway, we're very still not that far from the previous bottom right here. So this is our support. Just in case that gets broken, your next possible area to check out would be 6.55 before it even reaches this level. Okay, so you're currently sitting at a support area. We just need the right volume. There's no volume at the moment for this stock. MWC, MWC might revisit your MA20 line. Okay, so this is the area. That's your MA20. So check that out because we might have some more breakdown in price. And revisit your 9.98 or 10 pesos level. 10 peso level. ICT. Let's see if it will bounce here. I think it will revisit this area. This used to be a resistance. Do you see that? Rejection happening here. Try to break that again. Unsuccessful until one day we were able to break that, but it did not sustain. We just revisited this line, confirming the support level. At the same time, it's trying to, having some challenges moving up, but we're still very near your support. And between breakdown in price and a possible lift in price, we see some more movements to the upside. But I'm not saying you enter now because I know that it might give us a chance at 76.76. That's a support level. ICT and then mwide. Very good, mwide. Mwide might go back here. It might go back in this level, 6.74. This used to be a resistance. Do you see that? Okay. So it might just touch that and bounce again. Something like this, okay? Or it might go sideways here first before it goes up. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Miss JD, thanks for last for food from Kim. Thanks for analyzing IDC. Kim, you can also share your stock market journey, ma'am. Yep, I'll try to do that. I still consider myself as a student, so only when I really see a significant, increase in my portfolio, then I can say that. Hi, Miss JD. There's a rumor of the lockdown will implement this coming week, which stock will halt and continue. Your opinion will help. As to the kind of stocks that will be greatly impacted, I'll have to do further study on that as well. Maybe tomorrow I can have more insights. But right now, I think it's starting to manifest in the stocks that we see at the moment. Those stocks that we see about to drop or starting to drop, those are, for me, based on technical analysis, we are going to face some more declines there. But those stocks that I see are showing a significant increase in the volume and pair it with a bullish candlestick. I just have to deep dive into the fundamentals and what products they offer and see how it will survive the extreme lockdown that will happen. Maybe that's something I can record later on. Could we check STI, ma'am? I already checked that, but I can try to go back to that, okay? PXP from Dong and Bloom. PXP and Bloom. I know someone requested a Bloom earlier. I might have missed it, but anyway, it's already here. Okay. Oh, okay. This one is for Tofi. He requested a Bloom earlier, but I was only able to type Double Dragon. Let me continue that, okay? Let me put Bloom first because Tofi requested this earlier. Okay, so next is Bloom. Okay, Bloom just doing sideways here. Now, if I'm going to plot a Darvas box here, your Darvas box is so slim. That's it. Okay, moving sideways here. So wait for it to trigger some more movements here, and I think there's a big chance that it will do because you had foreign buying right here. Now, but you need to see a confirmation that it will go out of this rectangle first. A green candlestick probably to confirm that. Otherwise, wait for it to revisit your support. This is the support that we see, and enter right there. Okay, doing sideways right now. Home. Home might continue to move up. All home. It might continue to move up, starting to trigger the upper Bollinger Band. So if you have the chance from 545 to 620, that would be a good entry price. BLL. Same with Bloom. But if I am to plot, this is how it looks like. Very, very slim. Okay. There's also foreign buying. Wait for a breakout plate if you want to enter right there. If the market continues to give us some more movements to the upside. Otherwise, wait for it to go back in this level before you enter. Okay, but it's really, really near each other. I don't know how many percent is this. Wow, it looks small, but it's an 8% difference. Okay, but enter here. If you see some weakness in this area, you can exit or just hold on to it and wait for it to break out. EAI, I already talked about this, but very quickly, you're also sitting at the support level, and that's the area to watch out for. Let's see if it will continue to move to the upside because your Bollinger Band is starting to be constricted. Fruit might revisit your previous support, which we see right at this level, 1.27. Okay, guys, the area that I am plotting as your supporting resistance, don't expect for it to be an exact precise area. Okay, it is an area, therefore it could be slightly higher or slightly lower than that, but that is the area where we see a possible bounce because this used to be here a support, some rejection that happened here, so previous support can become a resistance, this one as well, and this. So those are your significant points that will confirm our key area of focus. PXP. Another good story. This is another good story because you have a good volume right here. So if anywhere from the 4.20 level to 4.81, that's a good entry price. Okay, Felix Petroleum Corporation. $45, but we see a significant volume here at the 4.90 level. Where is that? Yeah, people might take profit in this area. Why not? It will give you a chance to enter at a much lower price. Okay, but that's the support that we see for PXP. Could we check STI, ma'am? Okay, let me just check STI for you. Who's this? Paul. Paul was not able to hear us talk about that. Ay, sorry. So that was the support level that we plotted. We're already sitting at the support area. It did a double bottom right here, and you're slightly higher than the previous bottom, so we might see some change in direction really soon for this stock, but I'm not saying you enter right away. You wait for a green candlestick to come out. Anywhere from 0.37 to even to 0.39, that's already a tolerable or an acceptable level to enter at. Which is next? Okay, we had PXP. The next one. Okay, wow, Maria has also requested. Hello, Maria. Now Meralco MBTJFC. Hi, what is this? Control V. Tell now Meralco MBT and JFC. Let's check out Tell. Tell you're very near your resistance, guys. Be extra careful. We might have some profit taking that will happen there. Okay, 1172 level. Volume is starting to decline as well right here. So just be very observant. Next would be now. Okay, for now, the next resistance that I see, we might have some more movements to the upside, but it will first challenge your 1.92 level, which used to be a support in this area back in February, crossing March. Now it might test that first and might experience some rejection, and let's see. We'll study how the pattern looks like once we reach that level, but I see a little movement to the upside, which is probably 3, 4, or 5% more. And let's see how the market behaves right after that. Meralco might go back to your MA20, guys. Let's see how it looks like on a weekly chart. Oh my gosh, see that? MA20, very powerful. That's why it's really good that you also expand your search to a much longer time frame, because it's giving us a story right here. It's meant to dip for this week. And let's just put that at our MA20 level to be conservative. I see it going back there again. MBT, we talked about it, but very quickly I can show you. That's the support that we have, 38.93. It might go back in that area as well. And JFC, who could forget that? I'm also in here. I'm torn whether this or this. Let's plot the two areas then. Could drop up to this level or could revisit this line over here. Okay, two areas, 120.48 or 106.49. So those are the possible areas that JFC might reach, because it's bound to rest as of this time. Do you have a day job or are you a full-time trader? Tofi is asking. I have a day job. That's why I can only do this at night. And I'm just so lucky that our company has granted us a work from home, and it might even extend up until June. I don't know. Our client said that even if the government says you go back in your office, unless we say you go back, you stay at home. Very awesome, boss. Okay, anyway, so let me read your message. Fishbone 23, Miss JD thanks, Miss JD, for analyzing mwide. Very helpful. More power to you and to all of us. Yes, to all of us. RLC and Meg from LXCS. Let me see that. RLC, Meg. Okay. Joseph said, thanks for the analysis. You're welcome. Thank you, ma'am, from Paul. Isa said, MAH. And Miss J, you reminds me of Dong J said, you remind me of Lloyd Bazaar. He's also using Bollinger Band. Is he your mentor when or were just a newbie? You were just a newbie. So I got the inspiration from Lloyd Bazaar. I've learned a lot from him. He was doing it in the mornings, but I decided that, you know, it's my way of paying it forward as well. I know his advocacy is really, really good. I believe in him, and I think if he can replicate more of us in the future, that will be great, because I think his mission is really to educate all of us, and that's a good mindset, and I'm just replicating his good, uh, what he has started. I'm not his student. I just believe in what he's doing, and I learned from him. That's why I'm also using the same indicators. Very simple, right? It's a very simple set of indicators, and the thought process is really clear. So yeah, I learned from him. For you guys, is it safe to take 8% profit? No one has really, there's no formula on the right area to take profit at. If you're happy with 3 or 5%, why not, right? Or if the profit offers you more than 8%, even better, right? Hi, Miss JD. I observed that the chart of a certain stock you analyze gets saved even if you change the stock. Is that auto save? I don't know. I think when I clicked save for this particular setup, it was when I opened BPI. That's why each time I check my chart, I load my saved chart, it defaults to that particular stock. What what icon is this? Elbow cuff Romeo. Alright, Tofi, another one, pure gold. Yes, pure gold, let's check that. Pure gold has been so popular in this period. They say gain is gain, but if you have a trading plan, I think you should stick to it. But if you're happy with your gains, then sell. That is only my take. That's right. I agree. And I think you're answering Paul's question. FNI from Aristotle. Okay. SMC and BDO for Romeo. Let me check. Let me see if we can go back to that. Thank you. Okay. Right. I think these are the last 5 stocks I'm going to review tonight. RLC, MEG, MAH, Gold, and FNI. I'm starting to become hungry. I might need to eat dinner first, guys. Okay, RLC. Okay, I think this is a bounce for RLC. And this is the support that I see right here. Okay, so we have actually bounced today. So I feel that we might have some more movements. Oh, 8.9 million. Okay, I feel that we have more movements to the upside here. Okay, and 14.64 is the area of best entry price for me, just in case people will take profit. I see a big volume at 15.86. 15.86. Yep, this area, around this. There's a 201,000. There's also 1580. Yeah. Oh, here. So people might take profit. 15.70 here. Yeah, people might take profit and give you a chance at 14.64. That's an area of bounce that we see for ROC, for MEG. Let's see here. So on a weekly chart, this looks like a doji. So let's see, but the week is not over yet. Let's see if it'll continue to move up, right here, or we'll have some more declines. I don't see a lot of volume yet here. But let's go back now to your daily chart. Okay, so in case, let's use this as our area of support, nearest area of support, okay? 2.67, and then your next possible area of profit taking would be 3.36. But first, try to observe 3. Yeah, just use this as your resistance. This is your entry price, 2.67. And pure gold. Okay, pure gold rested. Also started to move up, but between this high point over here and this point over here, our RSI is already starting to decline. See that? That's the rule of thumb that we see. You're moving at the resistance area, and then your RSI is starting to show weakness. Chances are we might dip and go back. First, it will probably test this area. Okay, it might test this level or this one. Oh yeah, it might test this area first as a possible bounce, area of bounce, 43.60. Reason why I said that, I see this and I look to the left. I also see some consolidation happening right here. Oops, sorry. This one. Consolidation here, support here as well. Yeah, another one here. So that is already a significant, these are signs that would tell us that something might happen in this area. So it could be a bounce, but definitely in the coming days, I see this price or this stock resting. First, let's check the 43.60. Let's see after that. Let's touch base again and see if it will continue to decline. FNI. FNI. Let's see. Let's just plot this area because for in two occasions, right? First, it dipped and then we tested that line, but we just stopped at that area. So tomorrow could be a decision-making day. If that price gets broken and more movements to the upside, it might create a brand new support. It might go up first and it might dip to retest and create a brand new support, then it goes up. Otherwise, if most of the action happens to the upside, it might go down again and revisit your MA20 line, 0.64. Okay, so those are the key areas to check out. And I think that is it for tonight. Yeah, Romeo, I was able to check SMCN video. If you have the time, you may replay this. I was able to cover that early in our discussion tonight. You're an angel. Please have your dinner. Thank you. Yes, Maria, thank you too. And thank you guys. I'm so happy. Our live session, the viewers of our live session are growing, and I hope you can also share it to your friends. This inspires me, and I hope I really want to continue this. And just hang in there, join me. This is a study group, okay? We can learn from one another. All right. In the meantime, you have a great evening, and chat again with you all tomorrow. Maybe I have a business review tomorrow, but I'll check my calendar and see at what time we can do this again, okay? Yay, longer and longer. Yeah, of course. We're work from home setup. So I have more time to talk. But definitely tomorrow I'll just check my calendar because I have 3 business reviews tomorrow. So I have to find time at what exact time of the night I can do this. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Big help to everyone. Okay. All right, so good night and you take care. Okay. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye for now.